guys, welcome back to the final part of my declutter for my mid-year situation. And from last time I decluttered 6 of my eyeshadow palettes. Make sure to watch that. But now let's move on to the final part, which is I think the biggest part of my collection, lippies. Let's just get to it. Let's start first with the lip glosses. I do love a good lip gloss and a very plump lip nowadays. Let's start first with the Colourpop So Glassy lip gloss. This is my first Colourpop gloss and honestly, it is so shimmery and pretty. Look at that. It is packed with glitters. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if you guys can actually get the full effects, but this is gorgeous. And when I got this, the first thing I thought of, this is a dupe for the Marc Jacobs. Like, they're both just golden and they have that purple gold shimmer to them. But once I got the Marc Jacobs out, I realized, wow, they are so similar. It's just that the Marc Jacobs has a slight more golden tint to it. It is gorgeous, but this one's a little bit old, so I'm glad to have this one to replace it, even though the Marc Jacobs is a little bit more shimmery. You can see it packs more of a glitter, but it's a little bit old, so I'm going to replace this one with my Colourpop. So this one's a declutter. Next, we have the Kaja Gloss Shot. This is an opaque peach gloss and wow, look at that. That is so pretty and it is very plumping on the lips, at least the effect of it. And instantly I thought, this looks like my other opaque gloss from Wayne Goss. This is the shade, I think, Hydrangea or Hyacinth. They look very similar. It's just that Hyacinth is a little bit more pink. This one's more beige. And they both don't plump at all. So I do find that the Kaja to be just a little bit more sticky. And I don't think I need that many opaque glosses. So I'm going to say goodbye to this and keep my Wayne Goss. Here I have my Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. This is a pink shimmer gloss and wow. This one really juices up the lips. It's very hydrating, but I do find it to be a little bit goopy. If you saw my products that shouldn't be viral, yeah, but I give this one a lot of hate and it's almost done. So I'm going to finish using it and then it's going to be gone from my collection. Thank goodness. But a really great dupe for this one is the Maybelline Lift the Gloss. And I think the Lift the Gloss is so much better. It's thinner, it's less goopy, and it gives more of a shine to my lips. Like, hello, they look identical. Like, they look so similar, you really can't tell a difference. I really like the Maybelline one. It's just a lot more hydrating. And you can see, I've used this one like crazy. I love this formula. It's really good. And the last one I'm going to look at is Patrick Tar. This is in the shade... which one is this? 2CCs. It is a lip plumper and it is opaque, but because it's a lip plumper, I'm going to count it as something different. It just juices your lips up and it literally plumps like crazy. You need to wait for like a good 3 minutes, and this has a beautiful strawberry scent to it. It is so nice. I love using this on the high points of my lips and oh, I can smell the strawberry right now. It is just so beautiful. Don't use too much, otherwise your lips will stink, but it is very nice. I decluttered 2 lip glosses. I'm happy with that collection. I'm gonna put this back and move on to this section. Let's talk about, first of all, my lip liners. I love my lip liners. I go through lip liners like crazy. So I'm going to just, in case you're wondering, I'm just going to keep everything because I do love these a lot. All of these lip liners. And I do use them like crazy as well. This one is almost done. It's from Essence, Lost in Love. I stand by Essence lip liners. They are $2, at least when I bought it years ago, maybe like 2 years ago. They are pigmented, just right amount of waxy, and it lasts all day. Really beautiful if you're on a budget. I have 3 of these and I do adore them a lot and I use them a lot as well, you can see. So definitely going to keep these. The L'Oreal, this is actually so underrated. This is a Color Riche lip liner. This is beautiful. Like, it is, again, just the perfect consistency of waxy and creamy. More waxy, so it's a bit harder, but it lasts all day, doesn't bleed. And this one from Rimmel as well, really beautiful. I love this shade. This is the shade, which one is this? Natural. Oh my gosh, 49 Natural. Perfect peach. This is gorgeous with a hint of brown to it. This is one of my favorite drugstore formulas. I think this is my favorite actually out of the 3 drugstore ones I have, because it just is so easy to sharpen and get that tip, and it does not budge at all. So pretty, love these. And for my more high-end ones, I must say, oh, Patrick Tar. I was thinking about it, but Patrick Tar is my favorite. I love the shade She's Proud. It has a very interesting clicker applicator, and just look at that. It's so creamy. It just glides onto your lips. It's so beautiful for any lip color because it's so nude. It has more of that beige tone and brownness to it, which just helps to overline and plump up my lips. But a close second is my Wayne Goss. This is the shade Mauve. I don't see why it's called Mauve because it's not very mauve, but it's more like a peachy pink. And again, I love the pencil because you can sharpen it to a very sharp edge, and it just looks so pretty. I do really like the Rare Beauty one as well. I have this in the shade, this is the shade Talented, and I really like it, but it's just a bit too creamy for my liking. It glides on a little bit too easily, so it does tend to go a little bit cray-cray. It does transfer a bit, but I do like this shade. Again, it's great for just that kind of overlining kind of color. You can see I like to use a lot of more brown tones. I feel like it gives more of a contour and helps my lips be more defined. But overall, I love these a lot and I do enjoy them, so I'm going to keep all of those. This is a mini tint from Espoir that I really enjoy. This is a very bright red. There's barely anything left in here. Shouldn't have swatched that much. I really like this on the center of my lips for just a little bit of that I bit my lips kind of situation. It's so pretty, really enjoy it. And this is from, let's talk about Into You together. This is an Into You one shot. I feel like this is a lip gloss. It is so pretty. Oh my god, like, are we seeing how juicy this is? It's like, I feel like a lot of Asian beauty, even like Chinese brands, they have a lot more like lip tints, but they act more like lip glosses. Not many people use glosses because the tints are so watery. You don't need a gloss, it's redundant. But this is a beautiful shade. Which one is this? OT01. I use this like crazy. It's like this beautiful cinnamon latte shade. It is so pretty. Wow, you cannot get enough of this. This is absolutely insane. It's affordable as well. Into You is a very affordable brand. Really love it. And two more of their lip mattes. This is another lip tint. It dries down to a matte, but oh my gosh, it is so pretty. And I love Into You. They have great lip products. I collect their brand as well, and I just love these shades. They also have a very nice kind of vanilla scent to them. It's not super overpowering, but again, you see that juiciness in their lip products, and it dries down to a matte, so it lasts all day. This is their condensed fog lip matte. Absolutely incredible. I should probably do a video on all the Into You formulas, but really pretty as well. This is the Burt's Bees lip oil. I don't use this one enough just because it's a little bit more like on the goopier side, but because it's a lip oil, it's very comfortable to spread out and it gives your lips a little bit of shine. I haven't used this much this year actually. Should probably finish it up because there isn't a lot left, but you can see it's very thin and it does hydrate the lips, and a little bit of color does look beautiful. So great to rediscover this during my declutter. Going to use this one up, and this is the Colourpop Just a Tint in the shade Z Boys. Beautiful kind of brown peach, again really glossy. Really love this one. Also as a cream blush. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a good formula, so we'll keep it. And last one is NARS Lip Crayon. This is just so beautiful, very easy to glide on, has a slight shimmer and satin finish to it to make it look less drying on the lips. Really bold as well, very pretty. Love these, so we'll keep these as well. But let's move on to the next category. I'm just going to pull out whatever I see, and this one is my lip care tray. So I have a lot of trays. Let me just show you guys. So I have 4 more trays left to go through. This is my matte velvet finish. This is my glossy finish. This is my lipsticks. This is my lip care. Let's just go through a lip care first. First of all, I am a sucker for lip balm. You can see me always applying it basically. I wear them every single day. Like I reapply every few hours. I feel like it's a toxic red flag. I apply too much and own too much lip balm, but these are classics. I love having them in my collection. Love my Burt's Bees, Nivea and Maybelline Baby Lips. They are just no-brainer, really good. You cannot go wrong with these. But that being said, this one, Pink Blossom is a tinted lip balm. It's very old in my collection, and honestly, it's starting to have that yucky, like waxy sense to it. Like this is it. It's very pretty, but it's a little bit too pink for my liking. It's like a Barbie pink, which looks yucky on my lips, and I don't use it anymore. It's a little bit, it smells a bit off, it's a bit waxy, so I'm going to declutter this one. The rest are absolutely perfectly fine, so I'm going to keep all of these. I do definitely recommend Burt's Bees. They are a bit of a splurge though for a lip balm, but they're just so aesthetic. But I do recommend Nivea 101%. These are the best lip balms ever. I always have one in my bag, no matter for work, for like uni, everything. I just have them in my bag. They are so good. I love them. And let me just put these back in. Next is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and this is so good. Oh my gosh, this is the shade Flavor Apple Lime. It is beautiful. It's green, but it's transparent, I assure you. I love using this as a lip balm. I don't like to use a lip mask. I find that when I sleep, I don't like something heavy on my lips, so yeah, I use this throughout the day, and this is really worth the hype. It's good. I haven't really started using the actual balm itself. I've been using the top because there's so much left on there, and yeah, this one is definitely something that a little goes a long way. You only need the tiniest smidge, and it just does the job for you. This will last you like half a lifetime. It's really good. You don't need that many. So yeah, really like that one. I just realized this is very distracting and it's getting on my hoodie, so I'm gonna wipe this up and come back. Guys, I do want to mention like how nice is this. I've washed my hands with cleanser and it just will not rub off. So the quality of these lip liners are awesome. So something to keep in mind. I can't remember which one's which, but let's get back to the lip products. I switched it around because this way it's easier for me to see everything, but let's start off with this. This is a lip oil from Appew. This is the honey and milk, and it smells like a yogurt. It's really nice, but I don't think it's like a lip oil. At least it's not my idea of a lip oil because it is a little bit thicker. It's more like a lip gloss in my opinion. You can see it's quite goopy, and yeah, the glitter, I just couldn't get rid of it, so we'll just have to deal with that. But you can see it's more like a glossy texture. It's a bit sticky if you hear it. So yeah, this is a lip gloss, but it is very moisturizing and hydrating, so I don't mind it, but not what I had in mind for a lip oil. But I will keep on using it. I'm halfway through and it's fine. It's quite nice for the thicker, you know, like winter months as well. Next, I want to talk about this NARS Afterglow Lip Balm. I think that's what it's called at least. This is in the shade Dolce Vita. It is a beautiful pink, and honestly it is a really nice lip balm as well. It doesn't have too much pigment to it. You can see there's a little bit of pink. It's a little bit shiny. The main thing is this does just moisturize the lips, makes it feel really good. It is a very overpriced lip balm, but it does feel really chic when you take it out and reapply it throughout the day. So if you're into that, that's amazing. Let's just put these here actually. And next, another tinted lip balm that I've been loving is this one from Mecca Cosmetica. This is the shade Rose, and I think this is just called their lip balm. I can't remember what it's called, but this one is awesome. Again, you have a little bit of a rose tint to it, and what I love about this, it also has a beautiful kind of like lemonade kind of scent to it. It's very yummy, and it does have SPF in it. I do like the glow. It's not very tacky. It's a little bit oily as well. It's really comfortable. It has a magnetic cap, and I do really like it. I think Mecca Cosmetica has some great products. And next one, a tinted lip balm again, is this is from iMimi. This is the Bare Lips, and this one's more like an orange shade, which I also really love. It's very juicy for the summertime. I enjoy using this one quite a bit. Very moisturizing, but again, this is more like, I'll say this is leaning like a sheer lipstick because it's more pigmented than the rest, but it does moisturize the lips quite well and I really enjoy it. So that one is a keep, and I go through these like crazy. And which one is this? I do have two Nacific vegan lip gloss. This one is the tinted one, which I love. This is Coral Rose. It has a beautiful redness to it. Look how pigmented that is, and it makes the lips look so good. Feels really juicy as well. Has a lemonade, again, kind of taste to it. I really enjoy this lip balm formula. It is one of the best. I love it. And now two more traditional like lippy tube lip balms that I really like. This one is from Benton. This is the Honest lip balm. This was really good if you're not into any fragrance, anything like Scented at all, this one's awesome. Same with the blue agave one from Sky Bottle. These are great. They have your very typical applicator, but something really special about the Sky Bottle one is that it feels like it's actually a syrup. Let me show you guys. I hope my camera's picking up on it. Like, look at that. It's actually like a clear, almost gloss situation. It is so good. It feels like you put just straight up, like it says, syrup on your lips. It is absolutely amazing. I really like this one. It's so unique. Never used anything like this in my collection. It is amazing. This one is more like a typical lip balm kind of situation. It's not like that syrup color. It's more like almost like an ointment. It's a little bit more this opaque. I don't know if you can see it. When you apply it, it's transparent. No scent, no nothing, but the syrup one really is something special. You can see the glow to it. I love it. These are my lip care products, and let's move on to the next section. This is going to be a real swatch fest, and I'm going to go through my bullets first. I feel like this one is a little bit easier to swatch on my hands, but let's just get into it. This is one that I've been loving lately. This is from Wake Make. This is the Dewy Gel Stick. It is the most interesting texture and formula. It has a lip balm kind of feel to it, a lip gloss finish, and a lipstick applicator and pigmentation. It is just gorgeous. This is something so unique to my collection. You can see how juicy that just is, and the only one I can think of as a comparison to it is my YSL lipstick. This is, oh, I have no idea what it's called. I think it's just a Lev, but it's just this juicy kind of situation. It's so pretty. This one's even more glossy than my YSL, but those two are so similar. I feel like they're almost dupes for each other. Amazing products. I love them. And the next one I can see is this Bobbi Brown lip, what is this? Lip topper? Luxe Jewel lipstick in the shade Rose Quartz. I used to say I use this as almost like a lip topper situation. It's very glittery and beautiful. If this was a, like, I would say, if this was an eyeshadow, like, wow, that is so pretty. But that being said, I do not use this enough. I used to use it on my Cupid's bow to give like a glossy effect. But now, because I use so many lip tints and actual glosses, I do not use this. Even though this is really bougie and luxury, I just do not reach for it, so I think I should let it go. Similar story with the Ciate London. This is the shade Spark. It is really pretty. The packaging is gorgeous. Again, it's that metallic kind of lipstick finish. I used to use it as almost like a glossy effect for my Cupid's bow, but don't reach for it. I don't need it anymore, so it's gonna be a goodbye from me. And next, this is the Innisfree Real Fit lipstick in the shade 11. This is a beautiful orange red. Can we tell this is the type of color I love for my lips? Love using this on the center of my lips and blending it out for an ombre. Really enjoy using it, and I feel like this is an underrated formula for lips. It's very creamy and comfortable. Next here I have the Rimmel London Kiss of Life. This is a collab with Kate Moss. It is a true red. It is beautiful and bright. It's kind of like the evil stepmother color. I just absolutely adore this shade, and honestly, it is a nostalgia item. It's one of the first makeup products I've ever gotten. I got this for a school play back in primary school, so it is insanely old. And yeah, I think I will say goodbye to it now, because even though it's a nostalgia product, I will never use it again, so I don't think there's much point of keeping it in my collection. Next is the Pony Effect lipstick. This is the shade 012 Low Key. It is a beautiful matte kind of peach shade. This is a My Lips for Better situation. It is definitely a matte lipstick. It's a little bit drying on my lips and not my favorite formula, but you know, every time I use it, it does give a very blurry effect, and it works well with as an ombre lip, so I do like it, but I don't know. It's a very matte kind of lipstick for a base, but I don't know, I just don't like it. I feel like it's a little bit too dry on my lips, so I think I'm going to say goodbye to this. This is the Wayne Goss Lipstick Luxury Cream in Hazelnut. This is such a unique shade to my collection. It's this true brown shade, and it's a little bit messy because it melted a bit, but I really enjoy this shade. It might look like a chocolate brown, but once you like blend it out, it's a beautiful lipstick for every single day, and I really like this shade. I think it's so cool, so unique, and nothing like I've seen before, so I am going to keep it. And this is a very comfortable cream formula. This is the Patrick Tar lipstick and She's Not From Here. It's this bright orange red, and this is a powder matte lipstick. It is wow and in your face. It is like flaming red. The formula is so comfortable. As a matte lipstick, this one feels like it is a satin and a cream. It is beautiful. Packaging is gorgeous as well, and I really like the color payoff. This color is a bit daunting, so I don't use it a lot, but I do enjoy the formula and will pick up more shades from this range. This is the Wake Make lipstick in Ode to Earthy Champagne. This is a nudie velvet, and this is another My Lips But Better kind of shade, and I really enjoy this one. Even though this one's a matte, it's much more comfortable than the Pony Effect one, and it's also having that blurring effect. This one's a bit more orange compared to pink, but I do enjoy this as a base as well, so I'm gonna keep this one because I think it's nice to have a more lighter nude shade, and that one's just a bit too drying. This one's more comfortable on the lips to use. And now let's move on to Too Cool for School. This is another very light base kind of lipstick shade. This is in the shade 01 Mellow Peach, and this is another matte My Lips Were Better shade, and I do enjoy this one as well. It's a little bit more blurring, and even though it's matte, it's quite comfortable on the lips, so keeping this one for ombre lip situations as well. And now we're moving on to my matte MAC lipsticks. This is the Powder Kiss. I really love these. They're very, very pretty. This is the shade Devoted to Chili, which is such a beautiful red. It is like, it's very wearable as well because you can blend it out to something very, very sheer, and it's just very comfortable. It is one of the most comfortable bullet lipstick formulas I have ever tried, and you can definitely build up the pigment to something insane as well, but you can also keep it very low-key. This is one of the best lip products I have ever used, and MAC killed it with this formula. Let's just move on to this MAC one as well. This is a little tamed. This is a more pinky shade, and definitely not something I wear a lot, but it's nice to have that option, especially in this formula that I love so much. Just look at how blurring that is. I hope it's showing up on camera the way it's translating to me, because these are absolutely awesome. I enjoyed them so much. I do have Mullet Over, but I don't know where that one went, so we'll ignore that. Next, I have the Espoir Chiffon Lip in Butter Rum. This is also a great My Lips Were Better shade, and this had a casualty a few days ago, well, a while back. I couldn't stick it back together, but I do love this shade a ton, so I am keeping it, and I do use this very, very often. It is a very comfortable matte formula, and we can see this shade is perfect to mix in with anything else. And oh, I would say, yeah, it's like a perfect marriage between these two shades, so it's a really nice one. You can build up the pigment. I just need to stick these two together. Maybe I'll do that later today, but really good. And the last one of my bullet lipsticks goes to Clio. This is the Mad Matte in the shade Sensual Pepper, and this is a beautiful one. It is a kind of brick kind of tone, brick, orange, brown, red. It's just a really cool color, and it makes me feel so confident because it's a little bit darker than usual and brighter, but it's still very wearable. Even though it's a matte, it's quite comfortable. It applies like a cream and slowly settles down. It's really, really nice. I enjoy this formula a lot. So yeah, decluttered quite a few from my lip collection. I'm happy with it, so let's move on to the next section. So these are my dewy lip tint formulas. I want to show you guys these first because they're my favorite type of formula, and the collection has grown quite a bit throughout my time. So let's just jump straight into it. I'll start first with this Huda Beauty Silk Balm. I've mentioned this in the past. It's this like kind of goopy situation. It doesn't feel hydrating. It's just sticky, dry. I don't like it, but because it's a sample, I kept it. But now I realize I will never use it up because I just don't like the formula. I don't think it's anything super special. It doesn't plump, doesn't make my lips feel moisturized. It's just there. So decluttering this one. Next, let's just cut to the chase. This is my favorite formula of all time. This is the Roman Juicy Lasting Tint. Favorite lip formula ever. This is my favorite shade. Apple Brown. It's this beautiful apple and kind of pumpkin shade almost. It's this orange with a hint of brown. It's beautiful for every day, and the tint it leaves is just gorgeous. All these have a beautiful toffee apple scent to them, and I just Can't get enough of it. These are awesome. They are juicy, they give a glossy finish, but they last all day with their tint, and it is just amazing. I also like these more nuded colors as well. This is the shade Pomelo Skin. It's very pretty as well. Look at that. It's a beautiful beige nude. I really enjoy these. They just are so comfortable. They never make my lips feel dry or cracked at all, so highly recommend keeping these for sure. Oh, forgot this one, but let's move on to that one then since I got it out. This is the Dewy Full Water Tint from Roman. Again, I have a lot of Roman lip tints, and this one is like a even waterier, glossier version of the Juicy Lasting tint. We can see instantly more watery, and even as it dries down, it is a more watery finish. I'm not the biggest fan of it because it's so slippery, but I do like using these on days where I want a gloss that is pigmented and tinted. So I have the shades Chili Up and Salty Peach. I like to use this on top of other lip products because it's a little bit easier to use, but honestly, they're fine to use by themselves. I just find them a little bit too light and too watery for my liking. But still cute, so keeping these. I'm going to move on to this hand for my swatching. Also, Frog is still there for my eyeshadow declutter. But let's move on. Oh, this is an underrated formula. This is from Wake Make. This is in the shade Autumn Merly. Can't remember what this is, but this is also a watery tint. And it is so comfortable on the lips. Look at that. Instant pigmentation, and your lips look so glossy. Once it dries down, it doesn't really budge, and the tint stays true to this kind of almost mauvey color. I really enjoy this tint. It's really good, and I reach for it tons. Next one is Into You. This is the water reflecting lip tint. This is like the dewy full tint from Roman because it is so watery and it just stays watery, so it's more like a lip gloss, and that's how I use it. I use it as a gloss on top of other lip products on my Cupid's bow, and it looks great. I do like this kind of nudie color. It helps with making an ombre lip and also making it more shimmery. Do really like Into You. This is the Rare Beauty lip oil, and truth be told, this does not feel like a lip oil at all. It's like a lip tint, and let's just swatch it. This feels almost like it is the dewy full tint from Roman because it never really dries down and it does tint the lips. It's comfortable. It has a mint taste, which I don't know why, since it doesn't plump. I don't know why brands decide to put a mint taste if it isn't a plumping gloss or anything. I do like it. I don't hate it, but it's too similar to like other lip tints I have. It's nothing super special, but I guess on the Western market this is really unique and it feels comfortable. I do like it. This shade is also very wearable for every day. This is the shade Serenity. I do enjoy it tons. It's like this little pinky kind of strawberry shade. I do like that a lot, but it's not a lip oil. It doesn't moisturize or anything. Next I have the viral Maybelline vinyl lipstick, and this one I'm gonna be a little bit controversial. I don't really like it. I think it's a little bit thick and goopy. I do enjoy the fact that it's meant to be, you know, like vinyl. It's always shiny and it lasts all day, but I don't know, for some reason it just feels a bit sticky on my lips and it doesn't always dry down. Maybe it's because I always talk and my lips aren't separated, so we'll see. We'll give this a go, but it does look really cool, doesn't it? It's like full on pigment and it's still really like, what is it called, shiny and glossy. It's very unique as a formula. It does tint and stay on the lips forever. Hate the strong vanilla scent. It is so like fragranced. I don't enjoy it a lot, so I am going to keep it just because I want to do a testing viral products with this for a video, but aside from that, I think I will declutter this eventually. Oh, next, back to Clio, a brand I love. This is number 3. I don't know what's called, something Hannum Corn View, but this is a dewy lip tint as well. This is a beautiful formula. I really enjoy this one. Look at that. It's also very bright. It's very fun for the summer and springtime. Very coral, and it's just really nice because it's glossy and it doesn't stain or transfer once it dries. It's a beautiful formula, really chic packaging as well. I just really like Clio. And talking about Clio, this is the older formula. This is the Melting Dewy Tint. This one has that weird laundry detergent scent to it and a very curvy applicator, which I'm like, why? but hey, this is a great formula. This is also a beautiful shade. This is more like a rosewood kind of tone, and once it dries down, it will not budge. With all of these, they kind of just stain your lips, and they're really pretty. I like how glossy it is, and this one lasts all day. I really enjoy it. Highly recommend these, and Clio just in general. Next is Peri Pera. This is another newer lip tint in my collection. This is 05. I think this is called the Ink Mood Glowy Tint. Really nice. We found the product name, but this is a thicker kind of gloss texture. It's something a little bit more special compared to others. You can see how pigmented these are upon first swipe. It really just is unique. It also has that kind of yogurt scent to it, but this one, I feel like that's what the vinyl lipstick is trying to be. It has like a very vinyl kind of gel-like texture to it. It's quite thick. It does transfer just because it is so, like, I guess, watery and reflective, but it is just a beautiful pigmentation. I love putting this on the center of my lips. Again, spring and summer is perfect because it's that bright cherry kind of pink. It's a little bit cool and has a blue tone to it. I really enjoyed this one. I am also going to talk about the Bare Water tint from Peri Pera as well. This is a newer formula in my collection. This one is really cool. I really like this one. I like this one a little bit better. As you can tell, I like more, thinner formulas, and you can see this one feels just like water. It is incredible, and we can see the shine on this one is absolutely amazing. It feels so comfortable. This feels like it is a gel on your lips. It is just absolutely incredible. It also gives a little bit of pigment because for me, I have very white lips. They just look a bit sickly if I don't have any lip color on it, so this helps give it some shine and moisture as well as some color, so it's really pretty. Enjoy this one. And Lily by Red, this is the Bloody Liar tint, I think, and this is the shade Nectarine. This one's really pretty. It's a bit more thicker. Again, you can see how it has these like goops and lumps, so it's more pigmented, it's more thicker, and I would say it's quite reminiscent of the Peri Pera, but that one's a little bit waterier and stickier. This one's more, I would say smoother, but it does take a while to get used to because you can see it has these more thicker goops within it. I guess it's because the applicator is so curved, it does hold in a bit of product, but this is a beautiful orange shade and I do like it on my lips a lot. It is very stunning and the glow is insane. Very pretty. As you can tell, I love all my waterier finishes, so I'm going to keep all of these with the exception of this one after my video. That one's goodbye. But yeah, these are all my water tints. I want to show you guys my swatches, and let's have a look at this one. This is my earlier Wake Make one. It really dried down into this completely matte finish, so that was really nice. The Maybelline one is still taking its time to dry, so I'm not a big fan of it. The dry time and dry down time is just too long. But yeah, these are my watery tints, and now let's move on to the final section. I'm back and I tried to get the stains out, but some of the tinting power was just too strong, so I can't do that. But let's move on to these. I'll just pull out whatever. This is a 3C Blur Water tint. This is the shade Lay Down. It is described as an oolong tea color, which means it has a little bit of beige and it's just mostly a brownish kind of tint. And this is a very watery, soft, kind of comfortable texture. Once it dries down, it will become matte, and it is very beautiful and easy to wear. I really like it. I just realized I should probably tip everything out and then put it back in the box as I speak, so let's do that. Next, I'm just going to grab whatever. I have the Hera, what is this? Sensual Powder Matte. This is the shade Pampas. And this is just a very typical matte lipstick in my opinion. There's nothing super special about it. It's quite light and easy to put on, and later on it'll dry down to a matte. Doesn't really budge. Long wearing to very pretty kind of peachy pink shade for every single day. I do like it. A little goes a long way. A little bit expensive. I don't think the price is justified since the formula isn't anything super special, but it's nice. This is the Romand Zero Velvet tint in Grain Nude, and if you guys saw my Romand lip tints formula kind of review. This is not my favorite because it does transfer a bit and I do find it a little bit goopy. Don't really love it that much, but hey, it's a nice one and it's quite unique as a formula. It's just that now I'm so into K-beauty, this doesn't seem anything special, but at that time it was really cool to me. I do enjoy this quite a bit and I'll keep it just for review purposes, but I think I would normally just declutter this. This is one of the prettiest lip tints I've ever owned or used in my collection. This is from Music Game Mansion. This is, oh, what shade is this? This is, oh goodness me, 10, shade 10. There we go. It's the most pretty shade. It's this kind of chili pepper brown orange. It is so pretty and I love using this on the center of my lips for an ombre lip. It just makes me feel so powerful and strong. It makes my look come together. I love it. The formula itself isn't super special just because it's like the nudie velvet tint, except for it's a little bit more, I guess, runny, and you can see it's a little bit more gel-like. It never dries down, it transfers, so I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like things that transfer a lot, but this shade is so pretty and this packaging is absolutely gorgeous, so I am going to keep it. Next up, I have a bunch of my Into You lip tints, which I absolutely love. These are just so cool. They're the most unique formula I've ever seen. It feels like it is literal powder. It's so soft and it feels like souffle. Like you can see it kind of like bunches up a little bit, but that's because I put too much on. Normally it just blends out like this and you can see instantly my skin looks like it's covered in this kind of velvet cloud. It is so cool. My skin is just so soft underneath it. It's really comfortable. It's a little bit too drying if you keep on using this over and over, but oh my god, like look at that. It just is so, I guess, airbrushing. My lips look like they don't have any lines when I use this. It is such a cool product. I love using this and it gives my lips the most interesting finish ever. I love it. If you want like a true matte lipstick, this one is absolutely awesome. I love Into You. They are a brand that's popping off in my opinion. This is another Into You lipstick. This is the Espresso Lip Matte. I don't see a difference in formula if I'm being honest. They all seem like that kind of cloudy texture, but I guess this one's just a tad more moisturizing, but honestly they are pretty similar in my opinion. Really pretty, lovely colors as well. I love these. They are just absolutely amazing. I really enjoy using them. So if you want to check out a really affordable lip brand, Into You is awesome. But now let's move on. I'm going to move on to an oldie but a goodie. This is the Stay Matte liquid lip color from Rimmel. I've raved about this over and over again because it just is the most mattifying lipstick and it is so affordable. It doesn't budge. It's beautiful. But that being said, it's very old. You can see that it's been separating. I've used it so much and I don't really use these types of nudes anymore, so I'm going to declutter this. Next up here, I have an Espoir water tint. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, this is in the shade Mandarin Jello. It is, again, very typical of K-beauty. Let me swatch it on this hand. It's first a watery texture like this. Oh, stunning orange. It's so thin. It feels like it's just a water and it will dry down to the most beautiful matte that will not transfer, will not move, and tints your lips into this beautiful bright color. It's not as orange as it shows on my hand because my lips are a little bit more pinkier than my hands, but this one's just gorgeous for every single day. I especially love this for warmer months. It's just so fun for the spring and summer. Love Espoir, and this is what made me fall in love with the brand and want to try more. This is the Rouge Velvet tint from Bourjois. Again, one I have been raving about for ages. It's very pigmented, very comfortable, but it does transfer. This is a beautiful shade. It's this kind of rich orange flaming red. It's very similar to the Patrick Tar one, and I feel like this has been one in my collection for such a long time. It has such an interesting kind of rounded applicator as well. It's quite unique, but I don't really reach for it anymore. I do have other formulas in a similar shade that I use a lot more than this, so I'm going to say goodbye to this one. Been a while and we can see this one has already dried down into a complete kind of matte situation. Doesn't transfer, it's just really good. I love that Espoir tint. Let's look on this side. Yep, most of these have dried down to a matte, so it's really pretty. Let's move on. Etude Fixing Tint is one that honestly is slept on in my opinion in my collection. It is so pretty. That's the thing I find about Western and Asian liquid lipsticks. For Asian beauty, they dry down to this, I guess, thinner, just barely there pigment, whereas in Western makeup you want it to be more pigmented, thicker. But I like these a lot more because they're more comfortable and I don't have to worry about patchiness and all that jazz. It's just a slight tint. And this one is really pretty. Again, it's so easy and watery to apply, very comfortable, and once it stays, it will not budge. Love this one and doesn't irritate my lips. That's the thing. That's why I love Asian and more like Korean makeup for their lip tints, because it doesn't dry out the lips as much. This is the see-through tint. I mentioned I don't really love this, so I've decluttered the rest, but I'm keeping this one for review purposes, and this is a decent one. It's kind of like this velvet matte, doesn't really ever, you know, dry down, so it does transfer. A little bit thicker. Don't hate it, don't mind it, don't use it that much. And the reason is because it's so similar to the Rare Beauty one. They're almost exactly the same. Like, are we not seeing this? Like, they are almost identical to each other. They're very, very similar, and I don't know. It's an interesting souffle kind of soft cloudy texture, but because it doesn't dry down, it's a bit irritating and it does transfer. I want to mention two velvet lip tints from 3CE. Same difference, it doesn't ever dry down. It's just kind of there. I don't really like for that. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty, it's velvety, but it doesn't dry down, so you can just see it disappearing throughout the day on your mug, and that irritates me. But I did get this because I saw a very famous actress in China use this. Her name is Chloe, that's her English name, but she was in The Knockout, great show by the way, and she wore this color, Bitter Hour. It's this coffee color, very intimidating, but on the center of your lips it's beautiful. It's like this ox blood situation if you blend it out a little bit more, which I will do now, and you can see the beigeness comes out and it's a lot more wearable. Really pretty colors, but I don't really reach for them a lot, so I think I only need one, and I might just keep the one that the actress she suggested, because it's a little bit more unique, that color, and the shade going right, it's just like this peach beige, which I already have, so I'm going to decolor this one and only keep this. Next is NARS. This is their, what is this, Air Matte lip color. Again, it's the same situation. It's this velvet finish, but it never really dries down. It's kind of just there, but this one's a little bit better. I think it does eventually dry down a little bit. The transfer is more minimal, and again, I bought this because of the recommendation from the actress Chloe. She is awesome, and this is a very, very beautiful shade for every single day. This is Thrust. Not into NARS's like color naming, like keep it PG please, but hey, this is a beautiful peach beige with a little bit of brown, kind of like a milk tea shade. I do like it a lot. Talking about milk tea velvet tint from Roman. This is a favorite. This is awesome. It's a little bit thicker, but it does eventually dry down and it is transfer proof. It's awesome. Look at the pigment, glides so smoothly, and I love that chocolate scent to it as well. It's really cute. Love the bubble tea, and it's just a very comfortable lip color. I really like it, and I will keep it. Another Roman one, this is a Blur Fudge tint. I actually quite enjoy this one. I think it's quite interesting. Again, very unique color to my collection. You can see it almost seems to peel a little bit. This reminds me of the Into You lipsticks because it is so blurry, so cloudy, and just mattifying. It's quite an interesting one because it doesn't ever feel like it dries down, but it does, and it doesn't transfer. Very, very interesting, very matte. Very cloudy as well. I would definitely use this in combination with another shade. This is a very rich kind of grape vine and wine color, so yeah, I don't mind it, but I think it's because this shade's a bit scary for me, Radwood. I do keep it for review purposes, and let's move on to the next one. This is the Kiss Me Heroin. What is this called? Oh my goodness, I need to remember these. This is another water tint anyway. Same story. It's watery when you first apply it, and it slowly dries down to a matte. Really love this formula. It's very thin, very soft, and it's very pigmented. I enjoy this a ton, and I really, really like the color. This is Red Rich. Rich spelled like R-I-T-C-H, I'm pretty sure. Isn't it a talent that I can remember most of my makeup product names? Here is the Bibia Velvet Lip Tint, I'm pretty sure, in the shade Mellow Note. Oh my god. This was one I raved about for ages because it's such a comfortable formula, and Behold the most beautiful nude lip. This is so gorgeous. I absolutely adore using this by itself or just as in combination with an ombre lip. This is so beautiful. It's so soft and comfortable, and the thing is, because it feels like it doesn't dry down, it's really easy to smack your lips and it doesn't move everywhere, it doesn't patch up, doesn't do anything weird. It just looks so good. If you want like a airbrushed lipstick moment, this is the one to go for. Really good. Last but not least, my Peri Para, what are these? Ink Velvets, and I do have two shades. This is the shade Peak Rose. It's a beautiful strawberry kind of bubblegum shade. It is a little bit more orange than you would expect. It's a little bit neon almost, so I never wear this by itself. It's a bit scary. Always put it on top of a more nude peachy lipstick with a bit of a sand tone. That'll be the best. And these do dry down to be a beautiful velvet. I enjoy these a lot, and they do have a really nice scent to it. I think they do have like a strawberry shortcake situation. This is the shade 01. It's a beautiful brick red. I love using this when I want to feel a little bit more like confident and I want to feel more in like my zone. This is awesome to use. I love these kind of shades, and this is a really beautiful formula, affordable and just really nice. So yeah, these are my lipstick collections. Let's get on to a final wrap up. Alright guys, these are all the lippies that we decluttered. I think that's quite a bit. I'm really happy with how much I decluttered. I think that is good. I still have an overwhelming amount of lipstick. I know for one person it's a little bit too much, but again, I do like all of these, and I mentioned it, I do use a lot for review purposes, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But happy to declutter some of these, mostly because they're old, but yeah, I do have some reason as well. And yeah, enjoyed swatching all of these. My hands do need a little bit of a break. They're kind of covered in reds and just ugh. But that is it for today's video, and thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey of decluttering my makeup. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope next time you see me I'll be able to declutter a little bit more and also use up some of these products. But apart from that, that is it for today's video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel, and please let me know down below what other videos you would like to see from me. Aside from that, that is it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.